3 or 4 years ago, I was totally wine grape production. And in the boom years, it was enough. We made a good living, we were getting a good return on our investment. And then with the downturn of the industry, we were battling to get a fair return on our investment and only struggling to meet costs. All the eggs were in one basket, and a small turnaround in the industry was going to have a huge effect on me. Whether that was up or down, because of course at one stage when it was up, it was good. And when it went down, it was bad. And so we decided to diversify into something else. Currently, I've got wine grapes and citrus, and also grow some veggies. We've got 100 acres in total. You've got to be on the ball all the time. You always got to be thinking about not what you're going to be doing tomorrow. I'm always thinking about what I'm going to be doing next week and next month. That's a big difference from coming from the wine grapes. I mean, we'd been in the wine grapes for so long, you didn't really have to think about much anymore. You knew what you had to do all the time. There was really not a lot of thinking involved. All your spray program, your fertiliser program, everything just was year after year, pretty much exactly the same. Nothing really changed. As soon as we come into the citrus and then into the vegetables, all of a sudden it just, it was a real shock to all of a sudden realise that, geez, this involves a lot of thinking all the time. Always got to be planning ahead. And that's been probably harder than I thought. And I've had to learn to switch off. I've had to learn to go home and not think about it. If I was still in total wine grapes, I reckon I'd be a gibbering mess. There's no doubt about that. I would be really sweating about my future because I'm not old enough to retire. I'm in that no man's land where I've probably still got 5 to 10 years of working life, and if I had to stay in the wine grapes, I would have had to have done something else. You know, work off farm, which I didn't really want to do. My son coming in with me has made a huge difference because now I'm working towards another goal, and that's for him to take over more responsibility and eventually just take over the running of the farm and also buy some off me. And now I've got a future, not only a financially secured future, personally I feel that I'm working towards a goal for setting up my son in the business. Why I decided to diversify, apart from the fact that I was slowly going broke, but I suppose there's another thing to it, is that the fact that you really haven't got any control over your own destiny. Very few farmers are in a situation where they're the price setters. We're always going to be a price taker, but with citrus, for instance, I don't have to send it to a particular packing shed. I can send it to any packing shed. You've got a little bit more freedom, and the vegetables the same. I can send it to Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, wherever I want to, wherever I think I can get the best dollar for. I'm not being controlled by anybody. But yeah, as far as the diversification goes, a lot of my mates would argue that economy of scale would say that if you're going to be a small horticulturalist, and that would probably be anyone that's under probably a couple of 100 acres, you should concentrate on one thing. Your plant and equipment is all set up to do one job, and therefore your economy of scale is good, but I don't necessarily think that that's so. It hasn't been in my case anyhow. We've diversified now. Sure, we've had to go out and buy different machinery. We're probably running more tractors than we like, but that's just part of what we do, and I think it's worked really well for us, or it is. It's working well for us at the moment anyhow.
If you want to know more about this program, contact your Industry Grower Association or the DPI Customer Service Line 136 186.